Is that on? Okay, excellent. So, come on, YouTube, work with me. All right. So this is just a quick tutorial on how I took the NPC Manager and added attack formations, or I don't know, attack tasks. So like right now our NPC is going to his first spot. This is where he just hangs out. And then he'll go over here. He'll go over here. He'll go in there. We'll get to see all of that. So, pop over here. Bam, he sees me. He's got his gun. And he shoots me. I respawn. He hangs out for a few seconds. And then he goes back to his duties. Although, to be fair, I'm not sure what duty this is exactly. That's weird. Why is he fucking taking the lap? Okay, well, maybe it's a little premature for a tutorial. That was weird. Anyway, I'll kind of run down what I did anyway. Because it works for the most part. In the enums for NPC state, the enumerator, I just added enumeration sentry mode. Mostly everything happens in the NPC controller crowd. This is the actual AI controller. I just added a perception and made a function called handle sight sense, just following a Ryan Laley tutorial. Here we make sure that the sense that's sensed is sight. We make sure here that the scene actor is the playable character. If it is a player character, we're going to get out of the blackboard an object target value, and we're going to set that target value to either the player character or nothing, depending on whether or not the stimulus is still successfully sensed. This essentially just is set up so that when you quit seeing, when the NPC quits seeing the player character, it'll set it to none. Then we jump through here. If it's still being sensed, we're going to get the self actor value object and make a pawn reference. And then we'll also, this is just coming from the blackboard. We're also going to take, shit, that's annoying, the last known location of the stimulus and set last known location as a blackboard value in the key. Once we have the pawn, we're going to make sure that it's a pawn that has the comp NPC controller, which is the heart and brain of the NPC Manager system. We'll make that controller its own variable. And then, again, this is on scene. It's going to pause the routine. This is a function in the NPC controller. This is important because when you pause the routine, it's also going to save the routine that it was last using. So, or the state, excuse me, that it was last using. So this is going to stop him from doing whatever he's doing. If he's hammering away, he'll stop hammering. Then we stop the function animation immediately. That'll actually stop the hammer animation, not just the task. And we're going to set our state here to the new state of sentry mode. And so what that'll do is bring us over here. It'll take us out of one of these paths, out of the selector for the NPC. It's going to check that it's got sentry mode in the state. Then it comes down here and makes sure that the target actor is still set. If it is, we're going to equip the weapon. We're going to move to the actor. We're going to focus on the actor. That's what this does. This is just a AI controller component, so you don't have to write any code here. Just set focus, player character under the controller. And then we'll go to the attack. And the attack does kind of the same thing as any of the other NPC tasks. First, we make sure that the controlled pawn has the comp NPC controller. If it does, we set that variable. If not, we just go ahead and finish execute, kick out of there. And then over here, we're going to take that pawn references actor location and rotation. This is just for a standard vector line trace. We're going to pump it into an event called attack that I stored in the NPC comp controller. It just seems easier that way. This is going to play your rifle firing animation. For the ARPG template that I'm using, multi-sphere trace for objects works best for causing damage to the player. So that's what this is all about. And we're just taking that trace start and that trace end with a radius of 3. Again, that's just for relative accuracy. We break that hit, get the hit actor, apply damage. Super simple. Now this and this are set to observer aborts both, so that it'll flicker back and forth. When it loses track of the when the NPC loses track of the player, we're going to do move to the last known location. That's a blackboard key. Wait for 5 seconds just in case the player comes back into view. And if the player does not come back into view, we run the task end sentry mode. This is custom, super easy to make. Again, I start all of these off the same way because that's how all of the NPCs tasks are. It just seems like the best way to handle that. Then we unpause the routine so that it goes back. It takes, like I said, when you originally paused at the beginning, it's going to have the state saved in the NPC controller as a variable called saved state. So we're just going to pull that saved state, plug it into our new state, set that state, and stop immediately. There's not really an animation that's going to be stopping, but this function handles this state switch really well and completely, so we don't have to do anything else for it. And then it'll finish execute. And essentially, you can see right now our NPC is in its move to location because it's going to go to one of its tasks, one of its stations. It's at its station now, so he's either working at hammering something or he's sitting and standing guard. Let's find out which. So he's working at his station there. But now, when I come into his little peripheral view, he chases me. And you can see how he's in the chase scene. Now he attacks. And I'm gonna run and hide. You see how now he's going to last seen location? He's at the last known location, so he's waiting his 5 seconds. Now he's traveling back. So he should be heading back to his station. Where's he at? He should be heading back to his station. And yep, there he is. Now he's back to work. I mean, that's it. If you have any questions or clarifications or suggestions on making it work better, please holler at me. But that's just a quick rundown of how I did it.